Hello?
Grill it with either shrimp or ribs or wings or ribs and wings. Ribs and wings.
Testing. Where's
Those
the
are
mic?
not steak knives, apparently.
It's on such a delay though. It's like a 30-second delay.
They do.
Have a little bit of game audio. Turn this down a little bit, have a little bit of game audio. Okay.
Just let me know if I can. So, who's? I guess Mark.
Oh, you do?
You're already here, so.
Get the switch up.
I like how this is currently streaming while we're trying to do all the sound tests as well.
Streaming live?
I don't know how well it's picking up sound. It might be too loud or too quiet, or one or the other.
I think Claire, and I was like, yeah, no, hang on, maybe Claire had
Hello, Claire. Alright, hello 19 subscribers on Quantumid's YouTube channel. Mark Murray, Clownboy is waving at you. What do we got? Kollecter Challenge, January 2025. Round 1, 4 rounds of Swiss and a top cut of 4, I believe. Mark Murray, the Clownboy himself, local podcast enthusiasts, panelists even at the O2 Drop, Australia's premier VGC podcast, currently matching against Ben O'Neill, aka The Boss, aka Destroyer of Worlds.
AKA the world's best number.
Yes, the O2 Drop, the world's best non-American podcast. And we know that American podcasts just have inflated listener bases due to a larger population. So they're not relevant, they don't count. And once again, I didn't take a photo of the team sheets because I am smart, but luckily none of these 19 subscribers will be watching, and if any do, you won't know what is going on. What we are waiting for is Ben to pick his team. He's like, which EVs do I want to use for this matchup? Alright, oh, okay, we have some spice. Sliverwing, the Sliver King, terrible name, it should be called Small Corona. Hello Joel. Spam Trass. So we saw this team during the Cannington Challenge, so we know that this is an expanding force Calyrex. But Ben's team is interesting. A Volbeat, Whimsicott at home, a Lumice at home, Murkrow at home even. And it is not coming home. Ursaluna Blood Moon, but no Trick Room setup. Rhydon, Iron Hands. Ben taking his time to make this decision. It is best of one after all, so he has to be the best only one time. Kieran. This is best of one, correct? No, you should have. You're running hyper offense. Mark Murray, in classic fashion, only knows how to play the game one way. Click the big button. He is currently shadowboxing in response to that. He knows it. He knows it's true. The Boss versus the Clown. Alright, Ben's lead, Incineroar, Miraidon. Very bold, if I do say so myself. in front of the Calyrex Tinkerton lead. Presumably Mark would have the faster fake out option here. Having a life orb Calyrex, he's in trouble to dismount Rhydon. I don't know the speed interactions here, but knowing Mark Murray, it's safe to assume it's probably the fastest Calyrex in the West. I have no idea if my voice is coming through clearly or not. God, I need to have another person sitting next to me for this. This is so haggard to do by yourself. So Mark, not having the Indeedee on the field, doesn't have access to the early expanding force. There is the fake out option, the Rhydon retreating for Ursaluna. Probably anticipating the Astral Barrage, which will do basically no damage to this other side of the field. But if there's one thing Mark likes to do, it's damage. Turn 1 Terastallization, in classic Mark Murray fashion. Why would you run a defensive Terra when you can do more damage? Look at this tiny little hat, so stupid. Whack! The fake out disrespecting the potential Serena switch. Unfortunately, this Astral Barrage will not be much. That's actually decent damage on a resisted hit into an Incineroar. 40%. Life Orb. Terastallized. Ooh, the Oko from the knockoff though. I don't know how to calc on that, but this Incineroar might be attacking invested. And the Life Orb gets knocked off. But there's there's nobody here watching, so I can say this without receiving any criticism whatsoever. It's not over until Sylvie sings. So Mark bringing in the Sliverwing in place of the Calyrex. Down he's restricted, but never out so long as he has a big button to click. Ben's Ursaluna looking like it's in a good position to do some damage right now. It'll be difficult for Mark to take this out. Okay, we see all 4 of Ben's Pokemon being revealed here. The Iron Hands coming in. Oof. And taking that resisted. Taking 2 resisted hits. Power from the Ursaluna. I believe that's an Assault Vest Tinkerton, but I don't think the critical hit matters too much there, not from the Ursaluna Blood Moon. Did matter? Alright. Mark knows his colors. 2 Pokemon down now. It's Indeedee against the world. We've seen this on stream a couple times. This is a perf staple, actually, in a classic. Pluck Drive wearing off for the Iron Hands. When Mark's not dealing damage, he's reducing your output, apparently. Now he's got to find a way for this Sliverwing to be able to punch through 4 Pokemon. Yeah, yeah, I'm doing my very best to coach Mark through this, but all I'm doing is giving Ben like the correct counterplay. It's completely not working. Hello, Dirty Dan Down Under. Where the fuck were you? I can stream. It's Alpha. I can swear it's Alpha stream. Ooh, Terra Ghost on Ursaluna Blood Moon. Immune to the close. Mark just not making all the reads today. Blood Moon only doing half. Wild Charge should get the KO here. And Sliverwing against the world. And I believe that Iron Hands did more damage to itself with Wild Charge than Mark has done to the entire Ben's team. Judge call on stream, judge call on stream. Where flex cam? Dan, I don't know, alright? I don't know how to set up the cam. Surprised you can even hear me. Also, oh, I'm not gonna say that. Well, it's alright. We know that the classic Perth strategy is to lose your first round and then submarine against shitters on the bottom tables, make top cut, and then losing top 4 anyway, but then ask everybody how much CP they have. Very quick game. We love to see it. Shall we have an interview with the winner? The Destroyer of Worlds does not want to have this interview today. Mark, would you like to have an interview? Dan's asking you questions in chat. That will exactly be your answer based on what I'm seeing. Dan couldn't make it today. He had stuff. Well, the unfortunate part is that was a really, really quick round, and now I need to make filler conversation, which I can't do because there's nobody to have a conversation with. So it's time for a filler monologue. How do you feel about dinosaurs? No. I actually don't know what to do here. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to say. You know what? We'll cut to an intermission. We'll take a quick break. You can hear the background chatter of the VGC community. Or something. I don't know what that was.
I don't know much about the systems and stuff. I like to get more stickers, but I don't know how to
And then lost to it 3 years later, round 1 of OCIC. I feel like you should be sitting here. That's actually really good lore. That's really good lore. There's no camera, so it's not like you have to worry about that. Oh, okay. Dan, stick around. We'll be back after a short intermission.
Did they finish the screen? Mine just somehow 1v.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, what's
Hey
up?
guys. Hey guys.
What's up, guys?
The camera.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's off. Okay, that does explain a lot of things. Yeah.
It's dead.
Oh, what?
Why did we kill this drone?
I'm not sure. Shame.
Mark. Why he killed his
Oh, okay. Yeah, the little Pachirisu that could, yeah.
Jericho just stood there and talked shit.
Yeah. No, I'm tempted to do this.
Oh, that's a rule you found.
I think the scene has just been shifted. I
Oh, no,
can't.
it's still streaming.
Yeah, just the scene's been flipped.
If I lose it.
What happens if I click this? I don't know how this works.
Someone bring this, someone bring that. We don't have one of these. Every single time.
Everything we say.
Yay! So the only person watching, I believe, is Dan.
Hi, Dan.
The mouse on.
What's up? It's your heart.
What up? Okay. Okay. How do I move all this away without closing anything so I can chat? Just click OK. Dan, are you still here? Dirty Dan down under. Anybody in chat? Can I see how many people are in chat, if any at all? Presumably there's a way, but I don't know how because I'm not using Twitch.
You don't have to material first.
There's no camera though. I don't know, but I'm not upset about it. There's supposed to be a second person here, and this would have been a lot easier. It would have been a much better flow, but they just sit here alone, so I'm just gonna fade in and out. I mean, they can hear you. Day, assuming Emo's watching. Why? That's. I'm assuming the O2 drop is Joel. Hello, Joel. Welcome to the chat. That's Takumi you can hear, but very funny, very funny. Oh wait, no, you meant as in on his channel. Robeson's channel is too new. Apparently, he can't stream to a new channel, so we have to wait. Like, yeah. So we'll be doing the cup on Robeson's channel. Hopefully, we'll have a proper mic, have a camera set up, and have a second person casting for that. Kind of just sitting here alone. There's no camera.
Why is there no camera?
I don't know. I don't have
People can't see my beautiful face.
Chris Mars' beautiful face, everyone. All two of you.
Go to my Instagram at the Marsa, and you can stalk me by my Instagram.
That's the Christmas ID, like 3-1. Because it's the best of one.
Takumi,
Sure.
you're dreaming that. I've smashed you up.
Takumi, you're on the bottom tables. Get out of here. Back down the other end of the room. Get out. All right, table. Ugh. What are we doing? What we're doing is introducing ourselves. Hello world and welcome back to round 2 of the Kollecter January Challenge. On table 1, we will be featuring once again Ben O'Neill, the boss himself, aka the Destroyer of Worlds, against Brendan Robeson, Dondozo enthusiast, Torkoal hater. I don't see you running Torkoal. Oh, come on. That was too on the nose, man. I was trying to be subtle about it.
Did Dan hear that? Say it louder. Dan should have been here.
Dan, you should have been here. Anyway, while we're waiting for the setup here, we'll be watching through Ben's perspective this time around. A little bit of history on these two players. Ben O'Neill is the 2018 Perth Regional Champion, and I believe he won that tournament using a 2017 legal team. 2018 was a year with national Pokedex legality as well as Mega Evolutions. Ben won using only Pokemon in your Alola Pokedex and no Mega Evolution. Definitely an impressive feat. His only loss in Swiss being to O2 drop panelist Chris Ma, in fact. Very, very impressive. And sitting across from him is Brendan Robeson, who did not win regionals in 2018 or any other year, but he wins a great deal of locals. Quite often, he's well known as a Trick Room user, loves his Psy Spam, loves his Dondozo, and he's decided to hybridize the two of those in a format with restricted Pokemon being legal. Love him or hate him, you'll just get your ass kicked by him. It's Brendan Robeson. He's plugging in his headset. He's ready to go. Hopefully Cassiopeia is going to be playing. I can't hear it through here, but, you know. It's in. It's connected. Is it showing up on the monitor? Is the controller connected? Yeah, fuck it. I mean, you're the judge. Do you care? Yeah, just take your Joy-Cons. Sorry, Ben. Nobody heard that? Nothing's happening. Nobody's watching anyway. All right, and can no longer use the joke because it's no longer on the nose. Anthony ruined it, as he does so many other things. So, Ben the Boss O'Neill versus Brendan Robeson64 Robeson. Fun fact about Robeson's username, something that he told me recently that I didn't know about. I asked him the significance of 64 in his name. Robeson64, it's because his name ends in N. Robeson Nintendo 64. He likes the reference. I like the reference. We all loved GoldenEye. Best game ever made. Until it wasn't. And Jared is quoting Soldier Boy. On table 2. Hopefully, you can be up here for the next one. We can't have Ben up here all night. Well, we actually can. It wouldn't be the first time Ben has spent the entire day on top of table 1. Up to you. I mean, if you drop, there'll be a bias, so there'll be an odd number then. Alright, Robeson selecting the battle rules. Hopefully we see him selecting the music and he makes the right selection, Cassiopeia, but he has his own preferences and plays a headset. He likes to zone in. Must be difficult to lock in when your turn 1 play every game is Follow Me Trick Room and your turn 2 play every game is Helping Hand Expanding Force. Ben with the Miraidon. I hope we get to see some more of this Volbeat. Very interesting. You don't see Volbeat too often. Ever played GoldenEye in the beginning of 2? You know what? I have. And yeah, not nearly as adept as I once used to be. But the game's really blocky. It's actually terrible, but at the time it felt great. Always loves the Moonraker map in particular. Fantastic stuff. Awful graphics. Everybody was a square. Robeson already locked in. No surprise to see that the guy who's running Indeedee and Calyrex locks in immediately. Ben likes to take his time. Assess the team sheet. Deep in thought, probably heavily distracted by the commentary right next to him. Trying my best not to impact the game too much, but this might be inevitable. Don't distract players on table 1. Challenge level impossible, just like playing GoldenEye in a year beginning with 2. Am I right, Joel? Slappers only as Oddjob. Dude, fuck yes. I mean, yeah, oh, you know, fuck yeah. Fucking fuck. Fuck yes. Robo N64 versus the boss man himself. Oh, Robeson wasn't locked in. I thought he was. Well, how can it take you 90 seconds to decide to bring Dondozo? Anyway, game is underway. I can't hear the music. Chat, hopefully it's Cassiopeia. It was entirely up to Brendan, so it's probably not. Alright, here we go. N64 sending out the Wheezing immediately next to his Calyrex, trying to deny this electric terrain. The Miraidon is going to come out. Neutralizing gas, indeed filling the area. But for some reason, Calyrex still gets its ability. Fantastic Pokemon. Having 2 abilities instead of 1 makes you immune to an ability that turns off abilities. Very balanced, very fair, very demure. This Miraidon, though, threatening a great deal of damage. We don't know the speed interaction yet between this Miraidon and this Calyrex. We don't know if the Calyrex is maximum speed, and we'll get to move first. But the Volbeat on the field as well, applying a great deal of pressure. We see an early terrestrialization. Miraidon is going for the nuke, big damage. No terrestrialization on Robeson's side. We see that the Miraidon is indeed faster than the Calyrex. Only 50% on that Terra Electric Pulse, which that is a bulky course. Ben now sending in the Incineroar. Just to intimidate the Calyrex. Astral Barrage will come out. Won't do much to the Incineroar. Nice chunk of damage to the Volbeat. Volbeat also pivoting out here. Calyrex surviving in red. Ben looks to be in a pretty nice position here, but we haven't seen the Weezing yet. If I recall correctly, I believe this Weezing had Toxic Spikes and also Toxic. Poison stalling on a Dondozo team. You'd love to see it. Sorry, Poison Gas, not Toxic. Like to poison both sides. Poison Gas connects. Ben's two bulkiest Pokemon now put on a timer in front of this Calyrex. Calyrex is low, but this might be a pretty good turn overall for Brendan. His Weezing is still healthy. His Calyrex will be the fastest thing on the field now. Ben's bulky Pokemon will be put on a timer here. Helping Hand on the Incineroar. I like to see that. Incineroar receiving yet another buff this generation, gaining access to Helping Hand, but not a move that we see too often. It's a Pokemon that has 4 move slots, Seadro. It's very difficult to decide on a set. 2 fake out options here. Ben going with the Iron Hands fake out. Another Astral Barrage coming out. Assault Vest Iron Hands taking almost as much damage as the resisted Incineroar. Incineroar parting shot on the Weezing. And then I pass to my co-caster who can make some comments, give us a bit of filler commentary. I don't have a co-caster. Solo, we're flying solo today. Alright, coming back in. Still not going to be able to see this electric terrain with the Weezing on the field. Bit of a neutral turn for Brendan again. His Calyrex lives the turn. Perhaps Ben was counting on the Life Orb recoil knocking it out, or reading into the Protect here. But Ben does get to reposition. We know that this Miraidon is faster than the Calyrex here, so Ben now finds himself in a position where he has the initiative. Calyrex protecting. No Dondozo switching yet. We also don't know if it's in the back. I would assume so based on this lead. This discharge here. Calyrex gonna survive. Iron Hand shouldn't take too much of this. Weezing living pretty comfortably. Does need lean coming out. The Iron Hand lives. It'll pick up. Oh, big crit. Wild Charge will pick up the KO on the Weezing here, but the Iron Hand should die to the recoil. If not, the Weezing will take it at him this turn. Going down to 3 Pokemon each. But big for Ben as the Weezing is down. Miraidon now gets to activate its Hadron engine. And the Quark Drive Iron Hands, but the Iron Hands will drop at the end of this turn. Goes down to Poison. This might actually be a very, very good position for Ben here. Having the Miraidon, knowing that it's faster than the Calyrex. If we assume the Dondozo's in the back, a switch in could result in taking a big chunk of damage here. Scarf Miraidon will be even faster than any Dondozo. After a Tatsugiri switch as well. Interesting, we usually see specs on the Miraidon, but it deals so much damage and has so many multipliers. Scarf is a very good option in a world with booster speed, booster energy Pokemon like Fluttermane running around, and slower Pokemon under Tailwind such as Ursaluna Blood Moon. Scarf Miraidon can outspeed all of them. Accidentally very good into the Dondozo matchup as well, not something we see commonly in Regulation G. Alright, the Dondozo is indeed here. It has entered the field. This is now a very, very tricky turn for Robes. The Dondozo's intimidated. The Miraidon's the fastest Pokemon. Oh, I was talking about the speed interactions earlier. I didn't even notice the Scarf. Of course, the Miraidon's faster. That's my bad. But yes, this Miraidon, being the fastest thing on the field, threatening very, very big damage into this Dondozo or the Calyrex. It's locked into a spread move as well. So no matter what happens here, Dondozo taking a bit of damage. Robesando still has access to his Terastallization. I believe it's the Grass Terror on the Dondozo to resist the discharge. But the biggest threat to Ben right now is in fact himself, his very own Miraidon, threatening to knock out his Incineroar. Incineroar using that uncommon helping hand. Robson not going for the direct switch into the Tatsugiri, instead just going to sack the Calyrex here, perhaps making a read that Miraidon was going to switch. Miraidon taking out the Incineroar and the Calyrex. At this point, yeah, Miraidon's just going to wipe Ben's side of the field, but it might also wipe out Robson's. As we see, the last Pokemon is indeed Tatsugiri. It's the droopy form Tatsugiri, giving Dondozo a defense boost every time it uses Order Up rather than the attack boost when more familiar with. This Dondozo also having access to the move Body Press. So it can use Order Up to deal some Dragon-type physical damage, get a defense boost, and then start doing heavy damage with his Body Press. But it's in front of a Miraidon that's going to hit very hard, deal a lot of damage to it. And we also have the Volbeat on the field, which is... none of its moves are really going to make a difference in this match yet. Tailwind won't matter as much, fastest thing on the field. Alright, Robson of course going for the Terastallization. This will be the Grass Terror on the Dondozo, trying to resist this discharge. And hoping to be able to dish out some big damage back. Discharge will have its damage reduced as it's a spread move. Volbeat clicking the Encore into the Dondozo, however. The Dondozo... ooh. There's the discharge. Oh, very little damage. And Ben's Miraidon, the biggest threat to his own board, taking out two of his own Pokemon now. Oh, but the discharge paralysis on the Dondozo, which was encored into the Protect.
Here's again.
Ben's Miraidon not doing a lot of damage into this matchup, into the Grass Terastallized Dondozo. But relying on the paralysis, there's the first paralysis. It was going to, the Dondozo was going to be locked into Protect anyway, but not clicking Protect gives Ben a chance to do a little bit more damage. At this point, we're probably hoping for paralysis and potential critical hits to win this match.
Is Robeson choice lock?
Yes. No, Ben.
Ben is choice, right. The other way around.
So Dondozo clicking Protect is encored into. Ben probably hoping for the paralysis there. He's just going to keep ticking down these discharges. Even though Dondozo is the only Pokemon getting hit, Discharge is still going to have its damage reduced, as it is targeting Tatsugiri and effectively a spread move. This Encore into Protect isn't such a bad thing for Robeson either, getting these leftovers recovery every turn. But now the Dondozo is able to attack, the electric terrain disappearing from the field, putting Ben into a very difficult position here.
Does Robeson have a third?
No, this is it. Oh, that discharge barely doing as much damage as the leftovers recovery did. Body Press coming out here. One more hit from the Dondozo will take out the Miraidon. At this point, Ben is going to pray to RNGs and hope for infinite Para Hacks as his opening hit condition. He's going to play the game now. Discharging for Glory. No critical hit. Do we see the paralysis? No paralysis. Very good game. Miraidon, unfortunately, being the biggest threat to Ben's team, taking out two of his own Pokemon. Robeson positioning himself very well. Sacrificing the Calyrex, holding his Terastallization for the late game. That was a very good game. I don't know if anybody's still watching. Dan, Joel, are you still here? Because I'm talking into the void if you're not. And I think I did a pretty good job of that one, actually. You'll see it in that clip. That was fine. I did pretty well. Multiply is not multiplying. Hey, Joel. Brendan, would you like to come and say a few words? That was a pretty intense match. Good game to both of you guys. All right, I'm going to be joined by the winner of our round 2 match, Brendan Robeson.
Hello.
The Psy Spam Enjoyer. It's just on the laptop. The Psy Spam Enjoyer himself, who up against a Miraidon, didn't bring neither Psy nor Spam, instead opting for the wheezing to shut off the Miraidon. Did you anticipate Ben would lead with the Miraidon?
Yeah, I had a feeling because I thought Breezy would be good.
Were you worried about the Calyrex going down early with that Scarf Miraidon in play? If Ben had have gone for something like an Electro Drift, the Calyrex might have gone down, but he went for the Volt Switch instead. What were your thoughts staring this thing down knowing you could lose a Mon out the gate? Yep, the Terragrass Dondozo being very handy there, you kind of forced Ben's hand into switching into that discharge there, needing to try to take out Dondozo and Calyrex. He couldn't afford to make the read, holding that Terra to the late game. And unfortunately for Ben, his Miraidon was his biggest enemy.
Pinned it down, which is good.
Well, it definitely paid off. You played around Miraidon almost as though it was a bulky steel. Kind of just went around it. The Poison Gas on the Incineroar and the Iron Hands catching the switch must have felt really nice. Those two bulky threats would have been somewhat troublesome for your Dondozo. Iron Hands, well, you probably would have Terrored anyway, but Iron Hands and Incineroar threatening to Fake Out cycle, Incineroar can Parting Shot cycle. What was the reasoning behind Poison Gas on the Weezing? You don't see this very often.
So many things get into coming around with a little bit of poison shit, so it's just
So you're not necessarily trying to stall with poison like most, like the old Lamora Dondozo teams we've seen. You're just trying to get that little bit of chip for those heavy calcs, and then
set up KOs that you normally wouldn't get.
Yep. Well, good job winning with neither Psy nor Spam. I was talking a lot of smack about you as the local Psy Spam player in the game. Well, good job, mate. We may see you on stream for the next rounds, depending if you're on table 1 again. All right, thanks, Brendan.
Talking about.
I was just interviewing Brendan, asking him about the game. You
Anyone
can actually watch the stream back. I did a really, really good job casting that, despite being solo. It's so fucking hard doing it on your own. Hey? Dan, I believe we have Dan and Joel in chat. All right.
Could I be on stream if I go?
No, we're just going to do round table 1 this time, but maybe at the cup. No, we'll just keep doing table 1 so it doesn't disrupt like the setup.
This is Takumi round 3.
Who wants to be on? Who wants to be in the dock? Oh my goodness. Okay, so for round 3, we are going to have Brendan once again on stream, facing off against Jared, who apparently wants to attempt to both commentate and stream. Jared, a local aspiring caster himself, having recently participated in commentary of the Cannington Challenge, which will be uploaded very shortly on Brendan Robeson's channel.
Don't know what you mean by attempt to both play and commentate. I've made my way to the top table purposefully so I can commentate and
Well, you heard it here first, gentlemen and gentlemen, because everybody knows ladies don't watch VGC streams. Aside from that, somewhat controversial comments that we cannot edit out because this is very much a live stream. Sure. So as we prepare to set up, we will be playing from Jared's perspective. Is it like perfectly synced timing? So if you want to commentate as well, come sit next to me. You've got the Pro controller. Yeah, so it's using a laptop mic, so just play with the controller. And of course, do your best not to give away too much of what you're doing or what you're thinking. I will be more speculating on that, and you can give us hype moments in between turns based on whether you have successfully belonged to the groups. Also, hi Dan. I did see your comment earlier. I'm just trying to ignore it because you know I'm in a mood. I believe we have Dan and Joel. I don't know if they're still in chat. They've been in and out.
Apparent lack of energy.
I think I did pretty well in that last round.
Searching?
We attest to that, but it's still easier with the second person. Although this will actually be more of a challenge than anything else, because Jared is going to be playing his game while trying to cast and not cast too much.
I wanted specific, like, I enjoyed casting with you the other night so much that I wanted specifically to make my way up to the stream match so that I could cast alongside you.
Well, this has all been a lesson in experimentation, figuring out what works and what doesn't. Let's figure out if playing and casting simultaneously is something that works.
Do you have volume from the Switch on the stream, or?
No, it's not. I mean, like, the stream obviously has volume, but we can't hear, like, the sound coming back
Okay,
through.
so it doesn't matter
if there is a way to do that, I don't know how to do it. I'm not going to I would like to hear Cassiopeia. Anyway, as we begin round 3, we see Jared's preparations are complete, and I think I had a glance of an Iron Crown on this scene. Let's have a look.
It absolutely is.
We have the classic Rillaboom Incineroar Fake Out Pivot Core, accompanied by an Indeedee turning off his own terrain and his own Fake Out pressure. An Iron Crown next to the Indeedee. So we have Psy and or Spam on both sides of the field potentially, but I'm most interested in Spooder, the Araquanid, a Pokemon that I absolutely love. You don't see very often. It's very underrated. Good defensive typing, very bulky, good against horses. Doesn't like bikes very much, but it loves horses.
This Araquanid has been brilliant. I like with Water Bubble providing all of its damage, its base offensive stats are so low. Like, I had my last round I powered with the Drought on turn 1, and then all of a sudden, no investment liquidation was almost one-hitting, like, Entei, Lando, in Sun. It was crazy. I did not expect my sleep.
No attack investment, power split Araquanid. This is very much a Jared-esque team. Last time we saw Jared playing, he was running more of a hyper offense team, not his traditional playstyle, very standard perf. This is more of the Jared's team, the high-end tech with some bulky disruptive mons. Hello, Mr. Apollos. Welcome to the stream. Round 3. Jared will be playing and casting.
Hey Apollos, how you doing? I'll see you Saturday.
Muppet versus Robeson Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Round 3 underway. Unfortunately, a best of 1. I would love to see 3 games of this. Robeson once again leading with the Calyrex Wheezing, which we have seen him do so many times before on stream and in tournaments in the past. Jared with a very interesting lead. He has Psy but no Spam. And Spooder is on the field immediately.
Well, I have Spam but no Psy because...
Yes. Jared is just sussing the team sheets. Hello, Sebi. Welcome to the stream. We have Jared versus Robeson. Jared co-casting and co-competing. Very interesting. We have... I'm not used to seeing Iron Crown. Last time I saw it was our good friend Matthew Anderson. Normal and interesting terrestrialization option. Probably because of the Calyrex. And the Spider is a guy. Power Split, not a move we see very often.
We do have a terrestrialization out from Robeson's Wheezing. Now that was what I was worried about, but hopefully this Tachyon card will do enough damage to make it not matter. Don't know his spread, but...
Ooh, wide guard from the Spooder. We don't like getting Barrage astrally.
We don't. He forces into it.
Robeson anticipating expanding force, but Araquanid very, very bulky on the special side of things. This Tachyon card is very cool, like a crit matter there.
No kidding.
Very, very nice damage from attack. Young Powder, Robeson with the right terror, and the Toxic Spikes coming out.
Oh, wishing I had a poison type now.
With Jared having a very bulky, pivoty team, Poison Spikes do make a lot of sense. But he does have a Steel type.
I do.
Robeson, presumably with a Toxic Spikes Wheezing lead, you would expect the classic Dondozo in the back. He's trying to put Jared's team on a timer here. Crit mattered. Crit did matter, even though it didn't get the KO. That will definitely be a clean 2-hit KO regardless. Ironically, the Toxic Spikes coming out to put Jared's team on the timer, but Robeson's own Calyrex will light chipped. Alright, 2-2 locked in. Robeson making a read. Astral Barrage. Oh, the Spider takes big damage. Down goes Iron Crown. A clean 1-hit KO.
One of these turns and just one-shot that Calyrex. That was a bit of a misplay.
Robeson making a very, very big read. Risky to do that in a best of one. Setting down a second layer of Toxic Spikes and taking the knockout. Whatever Pokemon comes in here is going to be Toxic Poisons now. But the power split on the Calyrex. So explain to us how power split works, Jared.
So it averages each of the offensive stats between the user and the target. So that Calyrex now has the attack and special attack of halfway between Arachnid's and its own. So its special attack has been dropped almost by half.
It is a very, very big margin. Calyrex having 165 special attack and Arachnid having none to speak of. What is it, like 50?
Yeah, it's 50 base, and I specifically bred one with a no good IV as well, so...
Just for this interaction, how funny, Wide Guard and Power Split, just for the Calyrex interaction. So while Robeson makes the read and takes the knockout, this Calyrex is now muted. But Toxic coming out on Jared's side of the field here, he's now on a timer. You have to assume that Dondozo is going to come out back. Jared's going to have to apply a lot of damage to get through this game. But it's not over until Sylvie sings, am I right, guys?
Alright. Oh, goodness.
This Spooter in a little bit of trouble here, the slowest Pokemon on the field.
Yeah.
You could argue that it has done its job, and its job is about to be Hazardous. Why is Incineroar called Hazardous?
So I got the shiny, and its stripy arms kind of reminded me a bit of Cat in the Hat, but Incineroar's hat is hatless, so it's
I like that. I like that.
Hat.
I do love the nickname lore in Perth. We all have our own reasons for choosing our nicknames. Most of us choose very haggard or thematic nicknames. In the case of Robeson on stream, all he chooses is death. Just a double protect, just to allow some of that poison chip onto the Incineroar.
Only I could have found a way to pivot. I could have pivoted Incin out this turn, and then I would have had access to Wide Guard and Trick Room both on field at once.
This Calyrex Shadow Rider now in a very, very difficult spot. It's not only ticking down to Toxic Poison, it's also staring at a potential Astral Barrage. Scooter off the field, no Wide Guard for Jared. The Calyrex will be dealing significantly less damage, however, after the Power Split. But Jared's going to need to find a way to brute force his way through these two Pokemon, and presumably deal with the Dondozo in the back. Brute Bonnet Force.
I won't Terra and take a fuckload of damage, but I think still survive. Or I do Terra and take less damage, but then get gimped by the Dondozo that is surely in the back.
Alright, Robeson going with the retreat, bringing out his Calyrex. Jared's team now
Or
one
I take
Pokemon
no
down and starting to take poison damage. It looks like he might go for the double switch here, straight into the Dondozo. He does.
Well, now I regret Terra.
Effects of neutralizing gas wearing off. Incineroar intimidating the Tatsugiri. You have to wonder if Robeson deliberately switched these slots out, switching the Calyrex out first into the Tatsugiri so that he wouldn't be intimidated on his Dondozo.
It's possible.
Very funky interaction, and ones you will not see very often.
I would certainly like to see if, after this match, if he considered switch order into that interaction.
Now we have to wait for Dondozo's million stat boosts.
And the terror animation.
Once again, for the new people having joined the stream, that is the droopy form Tatsugiri. A Tatsugiri that will boost Dondozo's defense stat when it uses Order Up, rather than the attack stat we used to see with the, I believe, Dondozo does have body press. The terrible targeting mechanics of the Dondozo Tatsugiri interaction there. Incineroar dealing no damage. However, to quote my favorite caster and my idol Necro, the dimensions have been twisted. Because they love to emphasize. They love to emphasize the twisting of the dimensions, which is really nice when it goes up.
It's very twisty.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah. Yeah.
You heard it here first. Chris invented Dondozo. He was in the boardroom the day Kenzo got drunk, and they said, "What if we had a bulky water type that got +2 Omni boost?" And Chris was like, "What if yes?"
No, what I said was,
And then Iwao, the voice of reason, the next day saw what they'd done and made Meowscarada 2 speed points faster than Dozo could possibly be, and gave it a move that guaranteed crit, just as a little bit of balance.
All of that, but anyway, back to the game. Jared switching out his terrestrialized Calyrex. Very interesting there. Jared not deliberately proccing the Citrus Berry with the...
Calyrex no longer
Robeson's very deliberate Tatsugiri switch into the interior. Resisted body press, not doing much.
He's the hatless cat.
Incineroar taking big damage, but landing that Will-O-Wisp, now Dondozo is on a timer. No, it's not. It has leftovers. No, it doesn't. Oh, right. The leftovers triggers first. Welcome to complex VGC mechanics, guys.
Re-poisoned and mediumly low Pokemon. He's still got all 4, like, the full power Calyrex Shadow in the back for when Trick Room times down, so... It was. I full-on predicted it as well and led with a good lead into it, but I really don't think I played it.
Turn 1, Jared clicks wide guard, Robson clicks and then turn 2, Jared makes the read to go to the power slit, Robson reads that and just Astral Barrages and Opos the Dondozo going for a protect, just a little bit of leftovers recovery, which won't matter because of the burp. More importantly, more poison chip. Any chip is a good chip, and this toxic poison will take out the Arachnid here. Dondozo preserving its leftovers. That is actually a very fun thing. We are used to seeing Jared be the last game to play, but we're not used to seeing him lose to the
always the one that's getting sold out. I swear to God.
Oh, the big live on the Arachnid from the poison there. 6 HP.
That's calc.
Calc for poison chip and Citrus Berry recovery.
I swear, so much of my
after a burnt body.
So much of my impression on everybody as just like the guy who's stalling everything was because I played Gaspard on a back in stalling the field, and now this game I'm getting stalled out. Every time I get stalled out by someone else.
It'll be like Psy on Yu-Gi-Oh or something. And in the meanwhile, the big power splits from this no attack Arachnid here, reducing Dondozo's damage output even more after the burn, so much so that a body press doesn't take out 40% Incineroar, but toxic poison unfortunately will.
Power split actually not reducing the body press.
Right, defense.
To be honest, I could have looked at
drop. I didn't consider that would actually drop the defense body press damage as well.
Yes.
Considering
it is toxic Calyrex against the world, and the world's name is Dondozo. A haggard big fish has gulped its best friend. I guess we have to
The
use
word
some
gulp? I
opposites.
didn't think that was. By the way,
Anyone's got ideas, recommendations, just let me know. I can only change it once because it was caught in Sword and Shield, obviously.
One more turn of Trick Room, a badly poisoned Calyrex, and a Dondozo that has access to Protect.
what the hell?
Also not going to Protect, probably knowing he's not going to need a high horsepower doing negligible damage,
Rather
or
than-
up doing
rather than
equally negligible damage. The poison chip actually doing more damage to Calyrex than Calyrex did to Dondozo with high horsepower. The burn damage to Dondozo doing more damage than Dondozo did to the Calyrex with water up.
Oh.
And GG, Jared is signing the match slip, but the power
+2?
it's power slip. Been him power split.
Power split. Of course. Why not?
Calyrex twisting the dimensions, but one more turn of poison chip will have
Seb
done.
is here.
Will
I'm
Will
alive.
Robeson click protect like a pleb, or will he be a Giga Chad and take this last damage here? Jared,
Oh my god.
Robeson being a pleb, Jared going for the Hyperflex Sword Stance.
Like six.
Sword Stance in front of the unaware Dondozo. It's bad poisoned. And goodbye, Calyrex.
GG, Robeson. Good match, thank you.
I don't like yellow or white typically, but the it is a little bit, but I don't know.
Robeson, can we get a brief winner the next round? Matches are coming up.
Alright. You know what? You do it.
Why
Robeson, throw it in.
Why is Sebi trying to
Get us to
Because I was curious, Robeson, if it factored into your decisions on the turn when you switched out the Wheezing and the Dozo, that you switched out the fast slot first so Intimidate would go off before Dozo was in? Was that on purpose, or...? Ah, okay, yeah, gotcha. Because if he had switched out the Dozo, the Cali slot, the Dozo would have copped an Intimidate. So, okay.
The Mint Murray, renamed to Choc the Mint Murray, defeated Takumi.
Oh shit. Before Chris got here tonight, Takumi came up and was like, "Yo, is that guy that I've beaten like 100 million times on before like coming tonight?" I'm like, "I don't know, I don't see him." And he's like, "He mustn't want to get humiliated on stream again."
Takumi can't even count clearly. He can't even do basic maths. Yeah, but he's Asian, so like he should be good at it. He'll bring dishonor up on his head.
Look, how much, who has more CP? That's
He's
what-
in juniors though, like one adult master CP is like 200 CP in juniors.
If any of us at his age were chucked in juniors, how do you think we would do? If you played Pokemon as a 9-year-old, Chris, do you think you'd...
Well, Pokemon wasn't around when I was 9, so that's very hard to establish.
Wasn't it?
My mum.
You're not that old, are you?
Go outside.
One's came out in like 96, 97.
Yeah.
1996? You weren't born in the 80s,
I
were
played
you?
the fifth.
Okay. And on that bombshell, it sounds like the matchups have been drawn, and Chris is up against Takumi. While this is not the top table match, we may be deciding to put this on stream regardless. It's okay if you two kiss? No, not when there's not a camera. We wouldn't want to make y'all jealous like that.
Alright, what's up? Is the camera running?
No, we don't have a camera tonight. It is unfortunate. We just have our regular Switch dock streaming.
I figured I had to take over the commentary, and by take over, I mean hijack, because that's the only way I'm getting on stream.
Fair enough. Hey, we could. Not tonight, unfortunately. We'll have to get Robeson to edit over the VOD with headphones.
Yeah. We get multicam going.
We've got
Damn, apparently we dropped no frames. That's like, I don't know that much about streaming, but I'm pretty sure that's incredible.
Yeah, this is Justin's laptop. It's a good laptop, I think. Justin's laptop, Warren's Elgato, and my sister.
Jared, with all due respect, how long do we have to spend?
Alright.
Okay, I was gonna say, how long do we have to spend staring at Jared's character's ass?
That's Phil's character's ass.
Oh, okay then.
Good question though, Slip. Are we putting Chris V. Takumi on this table?
Oh, they're not? Oh,
This is true.
lame.
Ethan wants to be on stream, and Ethan hasn't played in a long time. It's his return, so at 3-0, I've got some stories to tell.
Yeah, who's playing?
Who knows who's playing?
Thank you. Yeah, there is a Jared, the controller. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, I didn't know it was that. Do we have a cord for it? We need a cord to do it, no? You can use your Joy-Cons, worst comes to worst. We've been doing that. It's fine. It's a challenge. We don't have a wire for the controller anyway, so we've been wireless all day. Ethan wants to be on and he hasn't played in a while, so.
And the card wants that one.
So, ladies or gentlemen, and no, we have Sebi. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a lady in chat now. Let's go. Okay, welcome to round 4, the last round of the January Kollecter Challenge, last round of Swiss. Once again, Brendan Robeson will be on stream for a third consecutive time, but his opponents this time, whose perspective will be watching, Ethan Walters, a player who is very well known in the community, been around since the dawn of VGC itself in Perth, but who hasn't been around for a little while. He's been a bit absent, taken a little bit of a break, and on his triumphant return, he's come back, currently 3-0, sitting at the top tables, a guaranteed top cut position here, but going for glory, wanting that top seed. And he has to get through Psy and or Spam, plus Don and or Dozo to do it. Also, while you're here, and while I'm here, welcome back, Ethan. It's been a hot minute. It's been a while. It's good to be casting you being back. I'm not sure if you can be heard, but Sebi is in the chat right now. She will be watching this game. Brendan and Ethan both say hello in different ways, both in their own endearing ways. Idiosyncratic ways. You heard it here first. That was a direct quote from Ethan Walters. Put it in the quotes channel if you like. Really? You need to start saying more things like idiosyncratic. Sebi, can you please put Ethan in the quotes channel? He hasn't been in it yet. Hopefully the mic didn't pick that up. Right. And friend of the show. In fact, no. Robert, Ethan is not a friend of the show. He is a member of the show. Ethan Walters, another panelist on the O2 Drop podcast, Perth's, nay, Australia's premier VGC podcast. And I know that everybody here currently watching is already, you know, a subscriber or member, but for anybody watching this in the future, or a guest, hey, welcome to Perth VGC. Robeson selecting the rules. Let's all hope that he selects Cassiopeia as the battle music. Cassiopeia for the stream effect. Cassiopeia for the stream. You heard it here first. Carmine is going to be the battle music, unless Robeson's already logged in. Now, before we get to team preview, we get to have a bit of a glance at Ethan's team. We don't anymore. But I can have a look at his team sheet, which is yet to be changed at this point, which I'll do for. Okay, there it is. Well, we can all see. I can't see the team sheet, but we have yet another Assault Vest Tinkerton. The second one that's been on stream today. I don't know if there are any more current here. A very rain-oriented team. Choice Scarf on the Landorus Incarnate. We love to see it. This team looks like a mashup of some old formats and the current format. In fact, both of these teams do. So this should make for quite an interesting game. Waiting for players to lock in. Robeson still standing by. Sebi requesting a tier list of the music. Something we could certainly do in a... You know what? 40... Sebi, for the cup, because I'll be casting the cup. Maybe they can do the tier list on the podcast, and then I can go through the tier list, the music tier list at the cup on stream as filler content. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. And Ethan is one of the best people to ask for this tier list, I think, as well. Alright, Robeson classically not locked in with 5 seconds to go. How hard is it to decide to bring Dondozo? Am I right, chat? Just kidding. We love Brendan. Alright, round 1 underway. Can't hear the music. Presumably it's good. Allegedly it's Carmine. Carmine, however you like to say it. She exists. She has great hair. Man versus Robeson 64. Man, myth, legend, Ethan Walters, the return to VGC. Robeson with a different lead to what we've seen so far on stream before. Calyrex once again, but threatening with the Urshifu this time around. No abilities he needs to switch off, no threat of terrain. Both restricted out on the field, 2 different horses. But most interestingly, this Tinkerton, Pokemon we're not used to seeing, but we've seen twice in true Earth fashion. Ethan dropping his Joy-Cons, he knows what's up. Robeson pretty quick to make his decision, he wants to make an immediate pivot. Dondozo is entering the field on turn 1. We don't see the double switch, however. Ethan going for the early game terrestrialization. That is the classic Terra Fire Calyrex Ice with that clear amulet. No Intimidate, no burn, and most importantly, no weakness to Astral Barrage. Big fake out just to cover. Astral Barrage coming out anyway. Brendan breeding the fake out by switching the Urshifu. Big damage on the Astral Barrage despite the Assault Vest and the terrestrialization there. Life Orb providing a pretty big multiplier. The dimensions have been twisted. And now, thank you. And now Brendan, who's been putting people on timer all day with his Toxic Stall, is now suddenly going to find himself on a timer. Fine, the dimensions haven't been twisted, the room has been tricked. There we go. My own signature. Necro, if you're watching, I'm sorry for plagiarizing you. Love the space buns on Ethan's character, by the way. Fantastic. Love the purple theme. Love the violet theme. Okay, we see Protect on Robeson's side on his Calyrex. Wave Crash going into the protected Calyrex. Robeson perhaps anticipating both the terrestrialization and the Terror by bringing out his Dondozo here. A neutral turn, nothing has happened, but 1 turn of Trick Room has been ticked away.
Need a few seconds.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't. Like, do you want a second?
Yeah, go for it.
I regret to inform the lovely Twitch chatter
Very unfortunate to hear, but welcome, Jordan. You have been a caster previously at Kollecter. Welcome back to the desk. Next time we'll do a bottom tables match. And then watch you go 3-0 that day. Alright. Brendan retreating the Calyrex now to bring in the nightmarish, droopy form Tatsugiri. Dondozo will now be faster than Calyrex, but with the +2 to its defense in front of 2 physical attackers, I don't think it's at threat of taking too much damage here. Brendan positioned himself very, very well so far this game. Official Lance, unfortunately, still being a spread move with Tatsugiri on the field despite it being untargetable. A terrible gaming mechanic. Rough targeting into the Calyrex slot. Body press is enough to take out the 60% HP Tinkerton.
Going to say, positioning is pretty field, of course, I think that
Indeed. But Sylvie hasn't sung yet. It's not over. Space Buns is sending out Cuppa Cross. I love this nickname, by the way. The little H in the cross as well. Very cute, very cutesy, very demure. Sinister healing up the Calyrex nicely with its ability that I just forgot the name of, but it has hospitality. Sinister providing some hospitality for Frosty Rex. Another great name. Once again, Perf nickname meta in full swing. Brendan with the only 2 nicknamed Pokemon on his team on the field. The reasoning behind that was explained in our previous stream, which will be uploaded shortly, but until then, Birdland enters the field, switching in for the Calyrex. Dondozo here just going for the protect. Brendan trying to stall out these extra turns of Trick Room, and a little bit of leftovers recovery is always nice, even if only recovered 1 HP. Brendan deep in fort as Ethan once again confidently slaps down his Joy-Cons. He knows his game plan. Alright, the Matcha Gacha. Ethan probably fishing for the burns here. Super effective damage, that's good chip. No burn. Palpa's Hurricane connecting in the rain. Big critical hit, bringing Dondozo down to the red.
Big game changer right there.
Order up into the Palpa, giving Dondozo the defense boost, however, with the droopy Tatsugiri for his body presses. But one resisting and one being immune to the body press. Seeing that there is a 2-co on the Palapa here, the bird may survive yet another turn. The Sinister not really threatened by the Dondozo here, but it is threatening potential burnfish with the Matcha Gacha. This is true, it simply needs to connect after the critical hit from the Hurricane. Yes. He switched it out early.
Different ways.
One gigantic physical threat, that's Fat, and one ultra fast special threat. Very good synergy between these 2 Pokemon indeed. Cuppa Cross going for the Trick Room set once again. The dimensions have been twisted, the room has been tricked, and the overs are still left on Dondozo. Yeah. Somebody signed me for that one. That was Jason Cybertron Slithka here. Ethan still fighting an uphill battle, 3 Pokemon to 2, but this Dondozo now being the fastest thing in the field, or the slowest under Trick Room. If this Chigacha connects, the Dondozo will go down here. The Calyrex coming in preparation to take on these Trick Room turns. Dondozo just going for the protect. Cupatros trying to... no, I don't have it. I thought I had one, but I didn't have it. Leftovers recovery, bringing Dondozo out of the red here. Seeing that much Agacha damage from before, it might not be enough to KO. Not knowing the speed interactions here, I would assume Ethan's Calyrex to be the slower Pokemon, meaning it won't be able to hit the Tatsugiri with a Glacial Lance here. Indeed, this horse likes to step all over you, and it does to the Dondozo.
It's solid 2 damage.
High horsepower. That is a +3 defense Dondozo now, but it will go down to the super effective Machagacha. A little bit of healing for the Sinister as well. Tatsugiri now popping out of Dondozo's mouth. The rain ending might work in Ethan's favor, however, as now this Tatsugiri isn't threatening as much damage onto the Calyrex with its water type moves. I don't actually have the team sheet, but we're used to seeing Muddy Water as usually one of the move options. Robeson now deep in for very precarious position for Robeson. Having to burn through these trick room turns. Tatsugiri. And the stream is no longer professional. I think we're doing a pretty good job. Jared does do a great job, but he's doing a great job of interruption right now. And you know what? It's a challenge. We don't care. We love it, and we love Jared. I love seeing the shadow of the swaying palm that I'm pointing at that nobody else can see me pointing at. Look at that. That's cool little effects there. There's no shadow of Grandma waving though. Oh wait, that's Grandma's got a shadow. Where'd they go? Is waving at Brendan is thinking. Calyrex Shadow is still a very big here. While these Trick Room turns are active, Ethan threatening with 2 spread moves. Under this Trick Room, Brendan retreating his Calyrex here, sending out the Urshifu, probably trying to sacrifice. We'll take resistance for the Glacial Lance. Big damage onto critical hit onto the Urshifu as well. The Focus Sash procs on the Tatsugiri. This Machagacha connects here. This will be a double KO. Connection should be enough damage on the Urshifu. That's a double KO. He takes a prime position here, but Brendan free to bring back in his Calyrex and stall out his last turn of Trick Room. The game is still not over. Calyrex being denied the Chilling and Nay. 3 Pokemon have gone down while Calyrex was on the field, but Sinister is the one that has taken all of the KOs, the star of the show in this battle. You have to assume that this will be a classic Protect on Robeson's ends to just stall through this last turn of Trick Room, so we'll see a lovely neutral turn here. Oh, it ended. No, it didn't. It did? Oh. Last time Trick Room has ended, oh my god. I'm so good at this. Calyrex barraging astrally. This should be a lot of damage onto the Sinister. It's enough for the knockout. Calyrex Ice taking a big chunk of damage as well. Showing just how bulky this Pokemon is. That's a Life Orb Astral Barrage. Even if it hadn't have terrestrialized, this Calyrex Ice Rider would have still whipped this hit. Firing back with a big Glacial Lance though, and that's the game. Ethan Walters on the comeback tour. 0-2 drop panelist, 4-0, undefeated in Swiss, going into Top Cut as the top seed. Ethan, come join us for an interview, and Mark.
Yeah.
No. Do you want to interview him?
Friend?
No, I don't want to interview him. Somebody.
Well, fuck off.
Jared? Okay, Jared's going to provide the interview with Ethan. Take it away, boys.
Brilliant. All right, welcome to the desk, Ethan.
Hello, friends.
I believe the last time you were at Kollecter, we saw an undefeated cut and then an undefeated Swiss and then a win in bracket cut for you. Hey.
I don't know. For me, it was Tuesday.
It's Thursday, actually. Was it? My other interview was fucked up. So, all right. Just you and me now. I had a little squiz at your team while we were watching you win. It looks very cool. The Scarf Lando Eye. What's that? What's that do for you and for your yeah? What does that do for the sort of trick? Like it seems like a very trick room oriented team. So
That's mainly for the Maragon.
right.
One of the great draws of this team is actually Tinkerton. The mold breaker is take out the thing. Something that a lot of people don't expect to see. With so much bridge wrap around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you? It's very, very good for finishing that. And being able to get some light cuts and things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's sizes as well. That's what brings the and other such things.
True. Unfortunately, no room for an ice spinner on this. Yeah, lean in. The microphone's I don't know, in here somewhere. Yeah. Yeah.
You're saying that King Gambit is the main sort of... not King Gambit, Tinkerton is the main sort of draw here, although King Gambit is too. The fake out and the feint with Mold Breaker means that I can pierce Serena and Farigiraf very, very easily, and in conjunction with Landorus Incarnate, that makes Tinkerton and Lando a very, very safe lead into the Japanese Miraidon team and the World Champion team.
Yeah.
Because, like, there is just no way that Farigiraf can really stop me from getting an Earth Power. I mean, they can Terra Fairy and that lives it. But then it's pretty vulnerable to Gigaton Hammer thereafter. So I can really, really play around that team very, very well. And that's one of the main things that this team does.
Yeah,
is it covers that really, really well. I have been playing around with Life Orb because with Choice Scarf the damage output isn't really there.
Yeah.
So
it does sacrifice a bit of that
And
chip,
and if I am going for that pickup, I don't necessarily need to. So that's something I can look into,
but for now, Choice Scarf Lando has been able to sort of pull some things out.
Well, tell me how you go because I love the cook, but we're having our cut standings announced, and I'm sure we'll see you back on stream shortly.
Yeah.
So thanks very much.
I want to talk more about this team, so
Okay.
hopefully you'll see me.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure we will, regardless of how you go.
Thanks, friends. We love you.
Stop streaming.